Between 1936 and 1938, the U.S. government recorded the voices of formerly enslaved men and women. They were asked to describe what their lives as a slave was truly like.
In most of us colored folks was the great desire to be able to read and write. We took advantage of every opportunity to educate ourselves. The plantation owners were very harsh if we were caught trying to learn or write. It was the law that if a white man was caught trying to educate a Negro slave, he was liable to prosecution entailing a fine of $50 and a jail sentence. We were never allowed to go to town, and it was not until after I ran away that I knew that they didn't sell anything but slaves, tobacco, and whiskey. Our ignorance was the greatest hold the South had on us. We knew we could run away, but what then? An offender guilty of this crime was subjected to very harsh punishment. John W. Fields, age 89, 1937.
I was too little to have any sense. When that man bought me, that Mr. Henry, he put me in the buggy to take me off. I could see it all right now.
All right, girl, get up in that buggy, now.
I say to Mama and Papa, goodbye, I'll be back in the morning. They feel sorry for me and say,
she don't know what happened.
Janie Satterwhite.
I had to do field work. Us slaves had to do a certain amount of tasks a day. Even us kids had to pick 150 pounds of cotton a day, or we got a whooping. During the cotton horn time, the overseer wanted all of us, that is, the biggest ones, to stay right in line and chop along. We had to keep up with one another, and if we didn't, we just got the bull whoop. The overseer would ride up and hit us over the back if we didn't do our job right.
What the hell's wrong with you, boy? I said keep up. Now move along! Move along there!
At times, the overseer would get off his horse, have two other slaves hold another down, and give him the bull whoop. And they'd give it to him, too. Anonymous.
The last whipping old miss gave me, she tied me to a tree, and oh my Lord, she whipped me that day. That was the worst whipping I ever got in my life. I cried and bucked and hollered until I couldn't. I gave up for dead and she wouldn't stop. I stopped crying and I said to her, oh miss, if I were you and you were me, I wouldn't beat you this way. That struck old Miss's heart, and she didn't have the heart to beat me anymore. Sarah Douglas.
In all the books that you have studied, you never have studied Negro history, have you? You studied about the Indians and white folks. But what did they tell you about the Negro? If you want Negro history, you will have to get it from somebody who wore the shoe. And by, from one to the other, you will get a book. Anonymous.
This has been African American History is American History. I'm Harlan Kearsley, and on behalf of everyone involved with African American History is American History, thank you for listening. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Once you do, you'll be notified as soon as new episodes are posted. Thanks again, and please stay safe. African American History is American History. Copyright H.C. Kearsley, 2025.